I'm your host, Darlene Price, and tonight we have the debate, our last debate of this series. This is Magistrates District 1 and 2. Magistrate District 1 and 2. And before we get started, first we want to thank our live studio audience tonight. How about a round of applause for our audience? We also want to thank Mr. Josh Lowe, our Assistant County Attorney. He's our timekeeper tonight. He's done a good job this whole time, and we're missing his paddles. We want his paddles back. And we want to thank Michael Mann, the magical technical guy who makes all of this happen. And of course, we want to thank our candidates for showing up. And we want to thank MBRTV. Steve Hall is our hero for showing this on television for us. And of course, all of our viewers and watchers on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay, tonight we'll get started. First, I'll read the rules. And then I'll read the rules here in a minute, and I've already asked the audience to please silence their phones. So we'll get started here with the rules. The rules is rules. Questions will be asked by the moderator. Each candidate will have the same opportunity to answer the same questions. The answers will be timed. When the moderator states time, or the timekeeper does, what is it, this you're doing, or this?
Half time, end time.
There you go. You must stop talking. When it's your turn to answer, you may spend your time responding to a previous comment or answer, or you may spend your time entirely on the current question or combination. Each candidate will have a timed open and closing remarks. Candidates will not interrupt each other. You must wait until it's your time to speak. We ask that all candidates and audience members silence your phones. We ask that audience members do not interrupt the candidates while they are answering questions. The citizens watching and listening to these debates want to know what the candidates have to say, not the audience. Okay, and with that, we will get started. First, a 1 minute each opening statement. Well, everybody is going to have a chance to go first, so we'll start with you first, and the next time you'll go first. Next time, you guys see how this works. Okay, 1 minute opening statement. We'll start with you.
My name is William Bill Taylor. I'm married to Miss Kathy Taylor, Trobson Taylor, and we've been married for 50 years. And I'm currently the magistrate for District 2, and I'm here to ask for your support to allow me to continue as your magistrate. Judge Green and Fiscal Court are working on several projects that I'd like to see completed. And I would like to see this. It is and will be, my platform is and will be trust and accountability to the citizens of District 2. In the time I've been your magistrate, I have got over 100 hours of training, and I'm doing this to better serve those citizens. And when elected, I feel the experience I have gained will be an advantage to serve District 2. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks, Ms. Price, for letting us come. I'm William Bill Hale. I'm currently your magistrate in District 1. I am seeking re-election on May 19th. I will tell you that it's been a pleasure, an honor, and very humbling experience to be able to serve the people of District 1 and the people of McCreary County, and I look forward, if they'll give me another opportunity, to continue to do that. I would like to wish all the candidates in all the races this year the best of luck. I'm number 1 on the ballot, and I would sure ask for your support on May 19th. Thank you.
My name's R.L. Steve Stevens. I'm a candidate for Magistrate 2nd District. I'm married to Julie Stevens. I'm a father, a grandfather. I love this county. It's always been a part of my life, and I hope to be able to serve the people of this county. I love people, and I love talking to people, and I love serving people. And so I hope that you'll look forward to giving me a chance. Thank you.
My name is Ryan Hines. I'm running for Magistrate District 2. I am married to Tamika Hines. Me and her have 2 children together, a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old, or a 10-year-old, I'm sorry. I am seeking election just as anyone else, to be fair, and to the point, if elected, I would be the magistrate for the entire district, not partial. I think that's important to understand, that if elected, I will work for everyone in District 2, not just partial. Thank you.
Okay, everybody did that one? Okay. First question. By the way, most of these questions were submitted by citizens of McCreary County. I put out an email back last November and asked, what are your biggest concerns? So if you hear a question and it's not exactly how you worded it to me, it's because I've had 10 people ask me the same question. So I had to like concise 10 questions on the same subject into one question. So, because I had somebody email me recently, say, I didn't hear my question. And I'm like, well, yeah, I did ask about dogs. So that's why we're doing it. Okay. So we'll do 2 minutes on this one. 2 minutes. And there's a reason I'm doing 2 minutes. Is people get confused about what a county judge executive is. And so that's why this question. I don't know how many people, they don't really understand what a county judge executive is. So please explain what you believe the actual job entails of the county judge executives and what are the purposes and limitations. The actual
Magistrate.
I mean, magistrate, that's a county judge. Magistrate, the actual job of a magistrate. What is that job entail? Now, let's see. 2 minutes.
William Bill Hale. The job of a magistrate, there's many roles. One of the first things I can think of right off the top of my head, if you're going to run for this office, you got to be a public servant. You get elected by the people in your district to serve them, and we need to go out of our way, if it's possible and legal, to take care of any of the needs that they have. So, being a public servant is the number one thing I think that we need to face. We got to have knowledge of budgets. We got to be able to read a budget, understand it, approve a budget. We've got a great finance officer and treasurer that keeps a good eye on the budget for us, but we still got to do our due diligence, and we have to ask questions. And sometimes questions are not like to be asked, but you know that's our job, to make sure we stay in balance, to make sure we head in the right direction. We are also looking for grants, and I want to put a hats off to the department heads in the county office, in the judge's office. We've done a great job going after money that we haven't went after in the past, but trying to look for grants that help you in your district and also help the county. And then we got to have general knowledge of roads. We got to understand what it's going to take to fix them. That's what people depend on us a lot on, and I'm happy to say, after this year, if nothing happens, I'll have 162 roads blacktopped in the last 8 years. So I look forward to the journey, and I hope you let me continue the path that we're working on. And I look forward to serving you as your Magistrate District 1 if I'm elected on May 19th. Thank you.
You repeat your question, please.
Please explain what you believe the actual job of the magistrate. What does the job entail? What is its purpose and limitations?
I believe that the job of a magistrate is to help the county judge executive in making the proper decisions that concern our county government. All the roads, the things that need to be done in this county to make it better. Just like, I know we're probably going to talk about trash, we're going to probably talk about a lot of issues, but I think the main goal of a magistrate is to know what people's concerns are and to make sure that we're in agreement, to make sure that everything's done that needs to be done to make this county what it needs to be.
Ryan Hines, Magistrate District 2. Just like Bill had stated, we're a public servant, and that is very important. We have to understand that we are the voice for the district. We reach out to our citizens in each district. We find out what their concerns are, and we bring those issues to the judge executive. We discuss proper ways that we can handle those situations, and of course, proper road knowledge. different things of that nature as well is very important. But more importantly, we have to be the voice for the district. We are their voice. They're going to reach out to us to address their concerns, and we need to do our part in bringing those concerns to the judge. Thank you.
Bill Taylor, District 2, and it is being a servant to the public. First and foremost, you're accountable to the people who elect you. And working with you for the past few years, I have learned that you need to speak up and be county for your people. Road work is a big part of it, but District 2 has 184 miles. That's a lot of road miles. And you can't do every road every year. You pick your worst, you work those, and then you just go on. But District 2 has some of the finest people that you'll find anywhere. They're honest, hardworking, good people, and you want them to reach out to you if they have any questions. And I have been and will be very transparent with them. Thank you.
Okay, everybody answer that? Keep it straight, guys. Okay. Unless you've been living under a rock, we are in a fight, a big one, against a proposed landfill in Scott County, Tennessee. And a lot of people watching still to this day are not aware of what's going on. Why does a landfill, a ginormous landfill in Scott County, Tennessee affect us? Well, because Bear Creek runs right through it, and our drinking water is downstream from that. So, based on everything that you know, what would be your beliefs, policies, procedures? How do you feel about this landfill, and what would you do about it, or what have you done about it? And this will be a 2-minute one. 2 minutes.
At the end of the table.
R.S. Steve Stevens, Room Magistrates, 2nd District. This question, I listened to you in another debate. I think one of the most important things that we're dealing with right now is that landfill, and it needs to be stopped. We don't need it here. It's going to affect us, it's going to affect our kids, and I'm going to work with the other magistrates if I'm elected, and the judge, and whoever else needs. We're going to try to do this together. I want to be a part of that. And I think that we can. But it's going to take the strength in numbers. It's not going to be done by a few. It's got to be done by those that stand up and will have a voice in it. And I want to have a voice in it too. My wife's been to a couple of them meetings, and I just believe that it would be detrimental to our health if it passes. And I know that there's a chance that it could always happen, but I believe if the Park Service is part of it, it needs to get behind the people too, and I hope that they do. And I believe that it can happen. We could actually get this thing stopped to where it cannot have its way here, and that's what I hope does happen. So thank you.
Ryan Hines, Magistrate, District 2. This landfill will be a horrible thing to come into this area. If I'm not mistaken, Stephen Whitaker said it best, this is going to be the worst thing our county has faced within the next 100 years if it passes. It is very important to understand that we aren't fighting this battle alone, and if elected, I will continue to fight along with the other magistrate and our judge executive, and along with those other counties in the areas in Oneida and Tennessee there that also are still joining the fight to fight this landfill. I agree, we do not need this. It is way too close to our water intake, and I'm proud to say that I will fight this with our county. Thank you.
Bill Taylor, Magistrate, District 2. On April 16th, we joined a coalition with Scott and McCreary County just to fight this. And we need to stop this. This is a generational thing. If we don't prevent it now, we can't fix this problem. And it's got to be taken care of. And anything that we can do as citizens of McCreary County, we need to step forward and do this. Thank you.
Bill Hell, Magistrate, District 1. As Bill had mentioned, back in April, we did join the coalition to fight this landfill. Here recently at our last special call fiscal court meeting, we also voted unanimously to join the lawsuit against this. And I think this administration's, we all agree that we can't allow this to come in. It's just going to be detrimental to our county. We have to protect McCreary County basically at all costs as long as we can. And we've got to fight this to the end. So that's where I stand. And I will continue to fight that as long as I'm left in office. So, thank you.
Hines is next.
Okay. What do you feel, this is a citizen's question, what do you feel is the most important issues, and may go at least two, because at least important two issues facing the citizens of McCreary County, and what is your plan to tackle these issues? 2 minutes, we'll get 2 minutes on that.
Ryan Hines, Magistrate District 2. There are several things. I've actually reached out to several citizens in District 2. First and foremost, it seems like that's came up the most, is something for our youth here to keep them off the streets, off the drugs, off the alcohol. I feel like we do need something to better prepare them for years to come as they advance into adulthood. I know we're looking into the Boys and Girls Club, which is going to be humongous for them. It'll really play a huge role and factor for them. But not only that, just community wellness and development, and not necessarily private development. I think the citizens of McCreary County want to see our county grow and do good, but I think they wanted to see it as a whole, as a community, not necessarily as a private. So I think that's very important as well. And then just, of course, cost of living. We do have a lot of elderly, so I really feel like that plays a huge factor on that as well. Thank you.
I also agree that one of the most important things we can do for Ogle County is, first and foremost, is workforce. Bringing more work into the county, and with Highway 27 and Highway 92, and especially with Highway 92 only, 20 minutes now to the interstate, I think that's very important to bring more workforce into the county. And also, the people, they've reserved the right for us to try and do some more work for them, and to bring more stuff into the county for them to do. Thank you.
Bill Hale, Magistrate District 1. Two issues, I think, in the county. There's many issues. We have trash issues. We just spent the weekend picking up trash on Highway 90, so we've got trash issues that we need to address. We got animal issues that we need to address. And like our county attorneys told us, if your animal causes trouble, then you're going to be responsible for that. So, but I think infrastructure, we still got to continue on our infrastructure path. This administration has done that. We have now upgraded and working today to upgrade our airport. We've installed a generator at our park, and I know some people say that's something small, but we used it this year at this last winter storm to put people there, and we had to fire that thing up. And being proactive instead of reactive is, I think, where we need to be. I think that we need to be thinking of things that's going to cause us harm and try to fix those problems before they get here. But we need more for our kids to do, and I agree with Ryan when he said that. This Boys and Girls Club will be great for our county, and I'm looking forward to it when it does come to pass here. But we'll do anything we can, and the ideas come from the citizens. So you guys out there, if you've got ideas, please don't hesitate to ask, because everybody in county has a role, just not your magistrates or your county judge or whoever. So speak up, let us hear what you're saying, and let us react to it. Thank you.
R.L. Steve Stevens, Magistrate, State District. I believe one of the things we need in this county more than anything, we need jobs. And just like they're talking, kids need something to do. Most kids that I'm around spend more time on a video game than anything else. And, a lot of kids just need something to get out of the house, to find something to do, activity. Back when I was young, we had the skating rink, we had softball, we had baseball, we had so many things that we could do. And I think that one of the main things that we need to do is to get jobs in this county. There needs to be jobs, because jobs create a lot of other avenues to make it possible to have things for these kids, And I just think that jobs are a very important thing right now. That's what I believe, and then I think that jobs will come. I think tourism is going to be a big part of that too, and that's that's what I feel about it. Thank you.
Mr. Tank, my next question.
Okay, everybody answer that one?
Yeah.
Okay, trash. Trash, dogs, and drugs. They were like right up there together from the citizens. Trash is one of my pet peeves too. What would be your policies on the trash? We definitely have a trash problem in McCreary County. What would be your policy, procedures, or ideas about how to deal with this trash problem?
Bill Taylor, District 2, Magistrate. As far as trash, like Bill said, just this weekend, we had the Falls Road cleanup, and I'm glad to see that trophy come back from McCreary County. And this weekend, we're having the trash days. It's Friday and Saturday till noon. If you are a citizen with garbage pickup, you can bring any unwanted trash that you don't have, that you have no way to get rid of. Please bring it over to the trash station. We even have help there to help you unload it. Thank you.
Bill Hale, Magistrate, District 1. Trash is a problem, and after I worked for several hours on Highway 90, I realized that we've got to find a way to educate our people. We got to let people know it's not good to throw garbage out their window. But like Bill mentioned, we do have a free trash pickup coming up this weekend, where you can come and drop off your trash rather than dispose of it on the side of the road. That's one thing this administration has done since we've been in office, and it's not cheap to do this, but we do it as a public servant to our people in the county. So I would urge you all to take advantage of that if you can. And there's already ordinances out there, there's state laws that represent the trash. We can't put household garbage in our yards. We've got to be more responsible people than that. So if we all just did our part, our county would be good on trash. So thank you.
I thought about this watching one of the other debates. One thing with trash is personal responsibility. I've got a responsibility to take care of my trash. I shouldn't be throwing my trash out of my car. There was a time in my life I was guilty of that, but for the last 40 years, I just don't have a desire for that kind of thing, and it really irritates me. Like if I'm going down Poplar Springs Road, and you look down the ditch line, and there's trash everywhere you look. And so, trash is one of the things I think that fiscal court can't fix all of that. That's something that comes through personal responsibilities, but if we teach our kids to do their part, and we're examples to them, a lot of that can be eliminated. And so, it's...
Ryan Hines, Magistrate, District 2. And as Bill stated earlier, we do have ordinances already in place for trash. And I know that there's been several people prosecuted, brought to the county attorney, and he has prosecuted them for that. We already made it where it was mandatory that they sign up for garbage. And we do have the free garbage dumps, I think a couple times a year. And I feel like maybe if it's a growing concern and it has continued to grow and be this way, if we did it more often than just twice a year, even for people that's not necessarily signed up and paying for garbage. And again, it is personal responsibility, but I also know that there's only so much we can do as we go out and they do find them, they do give them the tickets, and our county attorney is prosecuting them. It's just, again, we have to make sure we're teaching the younger generation that it is not okay to do these types of acts. So hopefully it'll get better over time. Thank you.
Everybody answer trash. Three guesses, the first two don't count. What comes next? Dogs. This is a big one. We just have, and it's not the dog's fault. We have an irresponsible pet owner situation here in the county. And I don't mean, because I got an email, let me clarify here. you can be as responsible as you can be, and sometimes dogs still get out. I'm not talking about that person. I'm not talking about the person that has the fence, the electric, everything, and they just got an escape artist for a dog. Okay, that's somebody who's trying. That's not who we're talking about. We all know what we're talking about. We're talking about people who get a bunch of pit bulls, get a bunch of whatever, turn them loose, halfway feed them, and they don't care. And they're irresponsible pet owners. What are your ideas, policies, procedures on dogs?
1 or 2 minutes.
2 minutes. This is the big one.
Bill Hale, Magistrate District 1. Well, I will say that we've tried everything we can try here, or for the most part. This administration, we have supported the startup basically of our own animal shelter instead of sending it outside the county. We support that Animal Protection League. We've also increased funds to help them build more beds for these dogs that have to be picked up. The county right now is in works with the Animal Protection League for a spay and neutering program that we can hopefully control the population. At the end of the day, folks, we gotta be responsible owners. It's not right for your dogs to run around and be on other people's property. So, like we've been told in many physical court meetings, and like I mentioned earlier, that if your dogs create a problem or destroy something, you're going to be held responsible for it. So, and I know I've had a problem recently at my house with stray dogs. So that just showed up and decided they want to live there. So, our animal protection, our officer came and assisted us in with that problem. So I know there's problems out there. We just gotta find a way to educate our owners and get them to do what's right. But I would support anything we can to help control this problem. Thank you.
R.L. Stevens, candidate for magistrate. R.L. Stevens, candidate for magistrate, 2nd District. I thought about this a lot too. I sold a motorcycle to a guy some years back, and he bought it, and he had it 2 weeks. He was getting ready to go to the Army, and stray dogs stepped out in front of him and caused him having an accident, and it destroyed his whole future. Messed up his life because of somebody's irresponsibility to take care of their dogs, and I've had a lot of close calls like that myself because of dogs. I ride a motorcycle. I don't know how many roads I won't go down just because of stray dogs on that road that could cause me to have an accident, and that's something that really makes me afraid when I'm riding. And I know it's more than that, and the dog problem is really, really bad. I see stray dogs everywhere I go, just about it. Some dogs are gentle dogs, and some dogs are just chasing you every time you go down the road. And I think that there needs to be measures put in place to hold these people responsible that's going to let their dogs go free. But not everybody will claim a dog if an accident happens. A lot of people don't claim the dog. So I guess my question is, I know fiscal court can't fix all that. It comes right down to responsibility on that part too. But the part that fiscal court can do is to bring laws in effect that if it's found to be yours, you should be held accountable for whatever damage that it does.
Ryan Hines, Magistrate District 1. And Darlene, you said it best. We don't have a dog problem. We have irresponsible dog owners. They are the ones that's liable for these. And we do have the animal shelter in place, but I'm sure we're probably at max capacity already. If we're not, we're probably very close. We do have animal control. He does go out and assist when he is able to help and assist. But again, we also know several times we have had several dog cases in district court as well. If you are found to be an irresponsible dog owner and they do cause damage, you are going to be fined. And again, I know Austin Price has prosecuted several people for being for dog cases in our county in the last several months now. Again, it's just the irresponsibility of the owners that we have that is the issue, not necessarily the dogs. We need to make sure we have our leash laws, anything like that we can have in effect that will have an effect on the owners, to make sure that they are keeping the animals contained like they are supposed to. Thank you.
Bill Taylor, District 2 Magistrate. Our animal control, as fiscal court, we just recently added $10,000 a year to their budget. And as Bill said, soon we're going to hopefully be doing some spay and neuter and that. And if you need to reach out to our animal control, the phone number there is 606-354-3647. And Mr. Smith, Mr. Greg Smith, is our top room, and his phone number is 606-310-8667. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, but hold your microphone, for those of you who are not, make sure you hold that microphone closer to your mouth, otherwise, I mean, we hear you here, but TV won't hear you. Okay, everybody answered dogs, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Drugs, okay. We definitely have a drug problem in McCreary County, not unlike everywhere else. We're not unique in this, okay? So we have a drug problem in McCreary County. Is there anything magistrates could do, or do you have any ideas on the drug issues that we face in McCreary County? We'll give 2 minutes for that one too.
R.L. Stevens, candidate for Magistrate, District 2. I'll tell you this about drugs. I did drugs. I lived that life. I never accomplished anything doing that life. Drugs to me, and a lot of people may disagree with me, and that's okay. But in my life of living that life, what I learned through that time was that, is it not enough? Okay.
You got
That drugs are a form of darkness. They're darkness. And they lead people into the dark of darkness. And my way of overcoming that darkness was God. And I believe that God is light, just like the Bible says, and I believe that there's a deliverance from that stuff through Him, and I don't see another way. I worked in the schools for years, and I saw all the programs that were, Dare to Say No to Drugs. A lot of that stuff, we see it now. It's worse now than it was even then, and it just keeps impacting more and more people. So I think the answer to this is, again, us doing rehabilitation through our government and teaching people to rehabilitate, to be able to find answers to what they need. And the answer is, I believe, is Jesus, but I believe that the magistrates and the physical court can set up rehabilitation efforts to maybe lead people to get a different direction to find the peace that they need and to get free from that stuff to save their families.
Ryan Hines, Magistrate, District 2. Just like Steve had said, rehabilitation is key. We do have a major drug problem, and I don't think there's a single person in McCreary County that's not affected by drugs one way or another, either by using or just family members. But first and foremost, we have to get them the help that they need. We have to make sure that we have programs out there available for them, and then just the accountability to let them know that these things are consequences to your action. But more importantly, too, we have to get it back in the school system. I'm not sure if DARE's even still in the school system like it used to be. I think that's very important. We have to start teaching the kids at a young age that this is not this is not an accepted life, and just try to teach them at an early age that there's more to life than the drugs, the alcohol, different things like that. Thank you.
Bill Taylor, District 2 Magistrate. Yes, drugs are a problem in our community, and we are working toward that as a fiscal court, and we're doing our best to try and find anything we can do to help fight that. With the Sheriff's Department and working with them, we really are trying. Thank you.
Bill Hell, Magistrate District 1. First of all, I think it starts early. We gotta start educating our kids young. We gotta let them understand that drugs are not the path we need to go down. That's the first thing we've got to do. And then we got to support our drug rehabilitation centers. We've got to do everything in the fiscal court that we can do to help them because that's important. People's got to want help before they go get help, but we need to do everything in our power to assist these people. The fiscal court currently supports 6 deputies in our sheriff's department. That's more than any administration's ever done. So we're trying to put the law enforcement on the streets, but we need more. We need more, and I will always advocate for that. We need more. We need more people out there so that maybe we can help people. It's not always about going to jail. It's always about trying to help the people in general. So we need to be looking at ways that we can do that. I don't have the answers, how we support more or how we get there yet, but I'm always working on trying to find ways to do that. So with that said, I appreciate it and thank you.
Okay, everybody answer the drug. What are your plans and policies for the future, for the financial future of McCreary County? And please be specific. 2 minutes on it. Financial future.
The financial future is very important. We have to get the jobs coming in. We have to get a young workforce wanting to do the job. It's all about making sure we have enough employees in our county to sustain anything that comes in here and opens, and I understand that. But again, I think that would go back to not just private development, but a community wellness and development. Something that with a fair market, even with fair market wages, I feel like that's a lot of the reason why most citizens in McCreary County do go elsewhere to work. There's just not a lot of opportunity here for them. But I would love to see the jobs come in McCreary County. We do have, and I understand we don't have a lot of private owned land. We are 60% probably Daniel Boone National Forest, maybe a little more. So it is hard to find the location for a lot of these jobs. But there is private land out there that we could use and develop for the growth in our community. And that's the most important part. Thank you.
Your turn.
Bill Taylor, District 2 Magistrate. We have an Economic Development Director, Mr. Joshua Stevenson. He's working with fiscal court in our community to develop and have business and come into our complex and available business loans. We have opportunities that allow business to start up in McCreary County. If you need to talk to him, if you would like to speak to Josh, please call 606-376-2413 and ask to speak to Josh. Thank you.
Bill Hale, well, we've got to find solutions to grow. We've got to work hard to do that. We do have a program out there where we can help you to start a small business. Small business owners in our county are just as important as of any business. That's really it's the majority of our business in this county. So we got to find a way to grow. We've got to get a way to find people to be work ready if an opportunity comes, so that we can have the people ready and available to work. We got to continue to help our budget. We have to continue going after grants that's going to assist us with other money. Some people think that when you have a $20 million budget, that's a lot of money, but it's really not a lot of money when you start trying to run a county with it. It's a lot to an individual if you're not rich, but to be like me, but it's not a lot of money to the county. So we've got to find ways that we can help our budget as well as try to find ways to get things accomplished here. So. And our administration, we've been able to set some money back. We've been able to save a little, and we've been able to get some things done. So we're working on the right path. I just hope you guys give us the opportunity to continue. Thank you.
R.L. Stevens, candidate for 2nd District Magistrate. Number one thing that needs to be done is stay out of debt as much as possible in county government. Just try to avoid debt as much as possible. I think one of the things that needs to be focused on is ways to bring business. And Josh, like he said, Josh is probably going to be really good at that, helping the county. And I know Josh, he's a really good guy. And one way for sure is to make visitors feel welcome when they come into this county and use tourism to create moves that will bring a lot of revenue. I remember when my Uncle Mike, they had the Moonshiners Run car show. I've seen as much as 400 or 500 people's cars here, and bands, and we've got the festivals. I mean, there's a lot of things that do go on, but I believe there's a lot more revenue to be done here, just like Summer Night Cruises and how Summer Night Cruises has built in Somerset, and what a great thing that's turned into. Summer Night Cruises is just something, I drive to Somerset myself just to go up there and to watch the old cars, and it's one great event. And anyway, I believe that the physical court, along with tourism director and others, can make things happen that will cause our county to grow in this area. And we can, as a community, make that happen, but we have to work together to do that. And so that's one of the things that I believe would really help our county is tourism.
Everybody answer that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be another 2-minute answer. Transparency. Transparency, what are ideas that you have or policies or procedures that you would have on the issue of transparency of this office?
Bill Taylor, District 2 Magistrate. Transparency. Fiscal court has always asked if you have any questions about anything, in any way that fiscal court is doing business or the county. In fact, we ask you, please contact us, give us a call, come by. Anyone in the judge's office would be glad to sit down and try and go over any questions you might have as far as transparency. No, thank you now.
Transparency, this is Bill Hale with District 1. Transparency is vital. It's just so important to be straightforward and honest with people, and I've done that for 7+ years now. When people ask me to do things, if I can't do it legally, I just try to tell you, be honest with you. There's nothing wrong with being honest with people. That may not be what they want to hear, but we got to go by the law. But I have been transparent. I have been honest with everybody I've talked to. 99% of the people I've been able to help that's asked for me. But this administration has been transparent too. All you got to do is ask for open records. You'll get it pretty quickly. We don't have anything to hide. It's all about the taxpayer and just being a good steward of the taxpayer's money. And the only way you can do that is to be truly transparent. So, and if I'm elected again, I will promise you that I will continue to be transparent. So, thank you.
R.L. Stevens, candidate for 2nd District Magistrate. I think that's the purpose for the open records. I believe personally that there's a great level of transparency because of people like Darlene and others that are always into our county government to see what's going on. And so that's the reason why, a lot of people appreciate you doing that. You guys, you're having these debates and all the stuff you guys do. I think the transparency is, I think they've got pretty good transparency in this county government. I think that they do a really good job. And I believe that, just having people that have a heart after the transparency of this county makes a lot of difference. And so if there's anything that's hidden, most of the time you guys will find it. Some of you will sooner or later. So we just appreciate you doing that. And I think that the open records is the one thing that if you have a problem, you need to look through the open records and find what the problem is that you think there is. Because a lot of times the things we think are problems are not. And so, thank you.
Ryan Mines, Magistrate District 2. As far as transparency goes, what I would prefer to see or would love to see, and I've talked to several citizens in District 2, I would like to see us have 2 physical court meetings a month. The first physical court meeting, you go, you find out what you're going to discuss, and then you take that back to your citizens of that district, you talk to them, you see how they feel about it, and then you would cast your vote based off of being the reason for your citizens. And if you're going to be truly transparent, I feel like that's the best solution to do. You can do the open records request, but again, that's after everyone's already voted, that's after it's already passed. And this right here would give us a really good ground to stand on, because that we would be able to discuss to them before we ever voted on it. And I would really like to see something like that for the citizens of McCreary County, more especially District 2. Thank you.
Everybody answer that?
We got it.
Okay. Let's try and gauge time here. We can do 2 minutes on this. Tourism, what ideas do you have in this county, and how do you feel about tourism? 2 minutes.
Mr. Howard.
Bill Hale, Magistrate District 1. I've supported tourism since I was elected as your magistrate. I believe that tourism plays a big role in our county. I would like to see us invest a little bit more in tourism. I know the county, we have worked on our infrastructure. We've improved our campgrounds. I think there's future plans to improve that some more. We've got a nice park. We've got people coming. We had Christmas lights this year, and we had people from out of the county coming to see our lights. So that still is a form of tourism. It's not just people that come here to spend the night. It's people that come here to visit our county through the day. So we need to invest a little bit more, I think, in tourism, and see if we can improve a little bit more. But I think overall, in my opinion, that our tourism has gotten much better. Michelle's done a really good job, and I think that we need to just invest a little bit more money in efforts to improve our sites as we continue down this path. I really believe it would be beneficial for our county. Thank you.
Can you repeat that?
Tourism, what are your thoughts, plans, whatever, to improve, or thoughts or feelings about tourism?
Tourism, I think, is one of the most important things that we need right here in this county right now, because, you know, if the jobs are not there and the revenues need to come in, tourism is a great thing to bring it. You know, but people have to have something that draws them here. You know, I'll tell you one place I really love is the Dairy Bar. I love the Dairy Bar. People come from here from everywhere. They hear about it from everywhere. The Dairy Bar is a good place, you know, and I really like the Dairy Bar. I like people that come, they go hiking, and they come here to ride bikes. They come here to do a lot of things. I just believe that tourism is something that really needs to be worked on. I think that the more that we can get tourists in here, the more revenue they are for the county, and people are going to come here and they're going to spend money. And if you've got the right projects going, it's going to draw more next year. You know, the word of mouth just keeps getting greater and greater. And so I think that tourism is something that really needs to be worked on by the fiscal court and working with the judge, executive. I think that tourism could really make a big difference in this county if it was projected in the right way. Thank you.
Brian Hines, Magistrate District 2. I live in the middle of the Big South Fork. Plenty of hiking trails all around. And I agree with Bill. I think financially we need to invest a little more in our tourism, just to broadcast that out, to let them know exactly what type of trails and different things that we have here in our county for tourists. What's nice is you can go to any end of the county. Cumberland Falls on one end, Big South Fork River on the other. Up north, you have plenty of hiking trails up towards Buzzard Rock. You can go anywhere in this county and find beautiful hiking trails. And I think that if we use the internet and broadcast that out a lot more, I really believe it's going to pull in a lot more tourism, tourists, hikers, different things of that nature, backpackers, camping. I think it would really focus a lot of extra income on that area. It would be really good for us financially. Thank you.
Bill Taylor, District 2 Magistrate. Michelle has done a wonderful job, Bill, our tourism. And down on the Falls Road, you've got a new campground that's opened up down our Tombstone Campground, beautiful. You got Cumberland Falls on, as Ryan said, on the other end of the county, you've got the Big South Fork. We live in a beautiful place, we really do. And working toward trying to bring more people into it, we live in a hidden gem here. This is a beautiful area. And working toward that, and building it up should be one of our main goals. Thank you.
Okay, so everybody answered tourism.
Yes.
Okay, we're just gonna do 1 minute on this one, because I want everybody to have a 2-minute close. What this is a citizen's question, what if anything could a magistrate or the physical court do to combat the rampant child abuse that is occurring in this county? Child abuse. Just 1 minute.
Well, again, I think physical court can only do so much. I think magistrates can only do so much when it comes to those kinds of issues. I believe that it comes down to a personal responsibility again. I think that, a lot of times people think physical court can fix everything. Some things are just personal responsibility that parents need to fix. And people need to fix it, and the way to fix it is to get out of the darkness, get into the light. Start walking with the Lord, and He'll change that kind of attitude in you. There's a lot of people I've met that have been down that road, but they're different now. They've changed their lives, and I just think that physical court can bring about programs that we can teach people accountability and what it does to them, and maybe help them along the way to have a better life. Thank you.
Ryan Hines, Magistrate District 2. And I'd have to agree with Steve there. There's only so many things as a magistrate we could do on this topic. First and foremost, no child should ever endure any type of abuse whatsoever. Neglect also, has no place on this earth whatsoever. And clearly our law enforcement with the body cams now that they wear, it's going to play a huge role in helping us move along these cases a lot faster. Unfortunately, we did just have one, a child abuse case actually just settled in our circuit court, where I'm pretty sure they got 40 years and 37 years. There is harsh punishments for these type of actions, and that's probably not enough for what the kids probably would have to endure in this time. Thank you.
Bill Taylor, Magistrate District 2. I agree. There's not a whole lot the physical court can do, but they would do anything in their power to prevent child abuse. And if it means hiring an extra deputy, then we'd see if we could work that out or whatever's necessary to prevent that. Thank you.
Bill Hale, Magistrate in District 1. They're right. There's not a lot we can do as a magistrate, but we can start with some education. We can let our kids know that if they're not being treated right, they need to come forward. We need to continue to support our sheriff's office. They're the ones that's going to go out and investigate this stuff and make some decisions, and that's why we need more. And then we got to hold the people accountable. Like Ryan said, some people went to jail for quite some time. But we got to push that. We got to insist on that, and we've got to make sure that people's held accountable for their actions. So, and I agree that no child should ever be abused, and they shouldn't have to put up with that kind of stuff. So, education first. Let the kids know that that's not normal, and get them to hopefully free up and talk to somebody before it gets too bad. So, that's where we would be at right now. Thank you.
Everybody get down. Okay, closing arguments. Within your closing arguments, please try to put this in there. What qualifications do you have that make you the best to serve as a magistrate, and why do you want this job? Everybody has 2 minutes closing arguments.
Ryan Hines, Magistrate District 2. As far as the qualifications go, I want to be the voice of the people. I love to talk. I love to ask questions. And I feel like that is our most important thing that we can do. We need to go out. We need to ask our citizens of our county what they feel like is the biggest concern, ideals, different things that they have. Because it's only 4 people up there plus your judge executive. There's a lot more people in the county than just 4 or 5 people. So if elected, that's what I would really like to focus on, is getting the voice of the citizens in District 2 and seeing what their ideals are, bring them forward, and just watch the community grow as a whole, as an entire district or entire county. I think that's our ultimate goal for each and one of us that's up there. So that's what I would personally love to see. That's what I would like to bring to the table. Thank you so much.
Bill Taylor, District 2 Magistrate. My goal would be and is to continue with being your magistrate in District 2. As far as experience, I've worked 50 years before I retired, and I'm retired and have time to do this now. I'm out on the roads every week somewhere in District 2 checking roads. Now, the last 34 years of my, 32, I'm sorry, last 32 years I worked in the medical field. And I delivered and serviced patients all over McCreary County and 5 or 6 other counties. But District 2 has always been special to me. That just is. That's where I live. That's my home. And I'm looking forward to servicing it for 4 more years. Thank you.
Bill Hale, Magistrate in District 1. I think I'm a public servant. I've worked that being a public servant for the majority of my adult life. I belong to a fraternity that does a lot of good things that don't get recognized. I belong to a fire department for over 20 plus years, and we know all of our firefighters out there in this county is not getting paid. They do it as a public servant. And I wanted to run for magistrate because I want to make a difference. I want to be a public servant, but I also want to see our county grow. I'll always stand up for what I think's right, okay? I'll always fight against what I think's wrong, and I'll always keep focused on the people of District 1 and the people of McCreary County. So if elected, I will continue to do exactly what I tell you to do, because transparency means a lot to me. And at the end of the day, I've got to be able to lay down, lay my head on the pillow, and feel good about what decisions I made for our county today. And that's what's important to me. So I would ask for your support in the May 19th election. I'll be number 1 on the ballot, William Bill Hale Jr. And if you've got any questions for me, please don't hesitate to call. The cards that I'm passing out's got my phone number on it. Keep it. If I do win, you can call me for the next 4 years. So look forward to working with you all. And if I can help you in any way, let me know.
Well, I think I would qualify because I am a people person, and I am R.L. Steve Stevens, candidate for Magistrate District 2. I'm 63 years old now. I've always wanted to be in politics. My grandpa was in politics, corner for years. He done a really good job. He was a people person. I'm a people person. I just really think that, and there's not many people in the county that I don't know, and most people already know me. They know what I stand for. They know how I feel about work ethic and all that. So I just ask for their vote. The people that are listening, I pray for your vote, that you'll elect me as your magistrate, District 2, and I appreciate you listening.
Everybody had a closing argument. Okay, folks, I said it before and I'll say it again. This is not easy what these gentlemen just did. Come up here, have a microphone stuck in your face and cameras going. It takes a lot of guts to show up here and answer these questions. They deserve a big round of applause. Also, we want to thank our live studio audience. How about a big round of applause for them? We want to thank our timekeeper tonight, County Attorney, or Assistant County Attorney, Josh Slow. And we want to thank Michael, the magical technology man. And we want to thank NVR TV, Mr. Steve Hall, for having us on television for this tonight and following us for almost, it'll be 16 years coming up as Steve Hall, we've been on the air doing this. So thank you, Mr. Steve Hall and NVR TV. And we want to thank our watchers on Facebook, and this will air also tomorrow on YouTube for you YouTube watchers. And we're going to, after this is the last debate, we're going to take a couple of weeks off because it's been one week after another, except for the snow thing. So we will see you next time on Truth or Politics. Thanks.